Just minutes ago, history broke apart. From the White House podium, Donald Trump declared Britain an unreliable ally, naming Prime Minister Keir Starmer a betrayer of America. The special relationship dead on live television. It wasn't a speech, it was a warning shot that sent shockwaves through London and beyond. In the next few minutes, you'll see the full chain reaction. The speech that shook global markets, the chaos inside Number 10, and the political earthquake that could end Starmer's career. What happens in the next 72 hours could decide if Britain survives as a global power. At approximately 3 minutes ago, Donald Trump stepped to the podium surrounded by American flags. He accused the UK government of interfering in the 2024 election and crossing a line that can never be uncrossed. Then came the threat. Britain will face serious consequences for its disloyalty. According to witnesses, Trump's tone was cold, deliberate and rehearsed. White House insiders confirmed this wasn't spontaneous. Press releases were drafted, talking points distributed, and foreign allies quietly briefed days in advance. This was not an emotional outburst, but a calculated strike, an execution of Britain's special status. Trump wanted the world to watch as he pulled the trigger. Within minutes, panic hit London. Foreign Secretary David Lammy was seen sprinting into Number 10. Emergency cabinet meetings were called. The pound tumbled against the dollar and traders on the London Stock Exchange froze. In minutes, billions were at stake, and as markets spiralled, the internet erupted. Nigel Farage was first to post, declaring, "Trump is absolutely right. Starmer has humiliated Britain." That message hit 100,000 shares in under an hour. Elon Musk followed, calling the Labour government anti-American and anti-freedom. In real time, the political storm became a global earthquake. The internet had chosen sides. Markets smelled blood. The pound fell 0.5% within minutes. Analysts began pricing in 25% tariffs on British steel, cars and defence exports. Billions of pounds in losses began materialising before the world's eyes. Traders understood the message. This wasn't rhetoric. It was a declaration of power. Inside Number 10, chaos reigned. Leaked reports describe ministers shouting across the table, some urging Starmer to apologise to Trump immediately, others insisting any apology would be fatal. One advisor was overheard saying, "If sanctions land, Britain faces isolation." The room reportedly was a storm of panic and disbelief. Starmer faces a trap with no exit. Apologise and he looks weak. Fight back and Trump escalates. Do nothing and the crisis deepens. Every hour of silence makes the government appear more powerless, and every headline cuts deeper into the idea of British stability. It's the perfect trap, and Trump set it. No US president has ever publicly humiliated a British Prime Minister before, not during the Suez Crisis, not during Iraq, not even during Trump's first term. This moment was deliberate. Trump is rebuilding American foreign policy around one rule: loyalty equals access. And in his view, Britain just failed the loyalty test. But here's what nobody saw coming. In the same breath that Trump condemned Starmer, he praised Nigel Farage as a man who understands real leadership and a true friend of America. It wasn't a compliment. It was a signal. The President of the United States had just endorsed Britain's opposition while condemning its government. Farage moved fast. Within hours, he launched a 24-hour media blitz across both sides of the Atlantic, claiming Starmer had broken the alliance and that only new leadership could fix it. Reform UK's poll numbers began climbing overnight. Trump's team reposted Farage's interviews, captioned, "A real friend of America." Suddenly, Farage wasn't just a politician. He was the new face of Britain in Trump's world. Reports from Washington suggest Trump's inner circle is now drafting executive actions targeting Britain. They're calling it a calibration of loyalty. Proposed measures include 25% tariffs on steel and cars, restrictions on defence contracts, and even a review of the Five Eyes intelligence partnership. Analysts warn that if the Five Eyes alliance is cut, Britain's intelligence capacity could collapse. Meanwhile, France and Germany are quietly assuring Washington of their loyalty. Canada and Australia have gone silent, refusing to publicly back the UK. Even the European Union is staying neutral, wary of becoming Trump's next target. For the first time since 1940, Britain stands alone, but this time America is the threat. Inside number 10, phones are ringing unanswered. Diplomatic calls to Washington go nowhere. US officials have been instructed not to engage with British diplomats until further notice. The Labour government is fracturing. Ministers are reportedly yelling in closed meetings, and whispers of Starmer's possible resignation are spreading. Then, late last night, Trump posted again, "Britain has treated America badly. There will be consequences, big ones." He ended with 3 words: respect or pay. Within minutes, that phrase was trending worldwide. Millions of shares, memes, debates, a new slogan for Trump's foreign policy, one that every country now understands as a warning. The world reacted instantly. Hashtag respect or pay dominated social platforms. Polls showed nearly half of Americans support Trump's stance. In London, small protests formed outside Parliament. Some demanded Starmer step down. Others begged for unity. But across the Atlantic, the silence from Washington was louder than any chant. If Trump signs the sanctions, Britain could face its worst economic shock since 2008. Analysts say the collapse of the US-UK alliance could reshape NATO and force Britain to pivot toward Europe or Asia just to survive. The once special relationship may now be over, leaving Britain alone in a world of giants. History is turning faster than anyone expected. The alliance that defined the West for nearly a century might be gone overnight. Trump's next move could come within hours. Starmer's response could decide the future of his government or end it completely. Tell us what you think. We read every comment. Subscribe for factual updates and share this video to keep others informed.